Hey, what's up, you guys? Loco here. No skit today. We're gonna do a classic. Let's do a Loco recap. For you, I have Game 5 of 100 Thieves versus TSM. Alrighty, let's look at the draft. The first thing that sticks out to me is TSM side lanes, Gangplank and Ry0ma versus Set and Misfortune Nautilus. It's really scary having two side lanes that are losing, and in terms of scaling, it's not like TSM's incredibly ahead either. GP is more of a carry than a Set, but the laning can actually be really difficult, and considering that it's someday, yeah, I don't think it's going to be easy at all for Broken Blade. As for Kabe and Bio, Ry0ma are definitely one of their more comfortable champions, but you can have a really hard time versus Misfortune when she has a strong support like Nautilus backing her up. You get shoved in earlier on, at level 6, it's hard to look for kills when the enemy team has Nautilus, so yeah, I don't love the side lane draft as much for TSM here. One thing I do like is the Zoe takeaway. Bjergsen is a great Zoe player, but more so than that, Zoe is Ry0ma's best champion, so taking away Zoe from Ry0ma and putting him on a champion that he's not as comfortable with, like Viktor, is very much preferred for TSM. To speak to both comps, I think both teams ended up going for a scaling teamfight draft, which is very typical for a Game 5 in North America. In North America, a lot of teams tend to fumble with the early game execution comps, and when you're on the stage, well, I guess you're not on a stage, but it is still a very important game. When you're playing a very important game and it gets to Game 5, you are going to want to go with something that scales, something that gives you a little bit more security as you get into later portions of the game, and both teams opted into that. So now let's get into the game. You can see Dardoch looping for a level 2 gank. He did red, and he's coming all the way to bot side. Because he has a Rakan, this is actually a pretty doable gank. Let's see what happens. Bio waiting for it, hit the level 2, flash W. Really great reaction from Cody, not hesitating at all on the flash. He knew something was fishy. You can see that Mia pinged someone in the tri-brush. I'm not even sure they saw Dardoch, but they know if Bio went for that play, there definitely was the jungler nearby. And you can see Meteos also doing the same on top side. Let's see if it's going to work out for them. Broken Blade has to way pushed in. GP beats a lot of those melee champions in the earlier portion, so this is nothing strange. Someday going in, getting the punches, got the stun. Broken Blade level 3, can he get the return kill? There's no way he makes it out, and he's gonna die. So really good for 100 Thieves, they dodged the gank while getting their own to succeed, but luckily for Broken Blade, he's up about 11 CS, so it's not as bad as it could have been. So Stunt reset early, and he walked up top side, so 100 Thieves can have more member for this hero play, and you can even see Cody ditching bot lane completely after he pushed out to walk up for this. Now, Kabe is actually going to be staying bot side and taking all the farm. What this is going to mean is overall 100 Thieves is going to be slightly ahead in tempo, and they also get the Herald, so they can use it to get first turret on a lot of plates. But Kabe gets to stock up on gold. He's going to get plate gold himself while taking all this farm, while, yeah, Cody's just here helping his team. He's going to have to drop a lot of CS to make sure they can get this done. Let's see what happens to Broken Blade. He has ultimate and he's a Gangplank, so he's going to be able to clear the wave regardless. There's a slight chance he dies though. Bjergsen Ry0ma fighting 1v1. I mean, Viktor's just so strong whenever he has his ult. And yeah, it looks like they're able to catch out Broken Blade and they're going to get the kill. He should have backed up further, but I think he got greedy and he was trying to stay behind turret and didn't realize that they had the whole team looping around so quickly. They should be able to get first turret on top side. Yeah, they're going to take the first 2 plates and then use Herald. Very standard at this point now. The later plating has more armor, so you just want to save Herald until you're using it on the later plating. Yep, timing also worked out almost perfectly. Cody going to be tanking turret a little bit, has to back up, and they're going to be able to get first turret. But yeah, the gold, while it's even, it's 15.2 to 15.2. Let's see how much 100 Thieves is going to be up by. Oh wow, TSM actually got the first turret boss side. They sent Dardoch down bottom, and during that whole play, taking Herald, diving Broken Blade, and then coming back and using Herald, TSM actually able to get turret. But the gold is relatively, it's pretty dead even, 16.3 to 16.5, but the real big difference is going to be Kabe and Cody. I mean, I'll keep waiting until Kabe buys here. Let's see if he backs. Okay, he's going to back. And yeah, the item difference between Kabe and Cody is going to be huge, and that's something we're going to have to look out for. He's going to be able to get BF. Yep. So BF Caulfield versus BF Longsword. You can see both teams trying to control Ocean Drake right here, and Bio sneakily waiting in a brush. They start the fight here on Dardoch. Gonna be able to get them to back up with the ult, and Bio goes on Ry0ma, but Ry0ma cleanse flashes out, and he's actually going to be pretty fine. Now, TSM's down 2 big ultimates in the Rakan ult and the GP ult, and I don't think they're going to be able to contest for this dragon. And we also have Someday nicely holding mid, so they can't just push all the way up, and it also gives them position to flank if TSM does walk in. Let's see what happens. Dardoch trying to go for Ry0ma. Cody should use ult here. I think Cody's ult was a little bit too delayed. He could have used it a little bit earlier to make sure the rest of the team has to back off as they're going on Ry0ma. But nonetheless, 100 Thieves able to get Dragon. Trying to pick up Scuttle on the way out. Gonna have to be careful though. Ooh, did they get out cleanly? Bio should have his W up soon. And they're gonna get out cleanly. Nice. So 1 for 1, they also get Dragon. Not bad at all for 100 Thieves. So this was a huge play for 100 Thieves. They know TSM's on red jungle, and they also know they don't have vision here, so they're going to be able to walk in really freely. Meteos goes in, Dardoch uses smite, Meteos gets the smite on Dardoch, and then following up with the Nautilus hook, and Dardoch getting knocked up by the Nautilus knockup. And Bio, even though he makes it out, Meteos just chases after him, gets the stun, Cody also chasing after, Kabe stuck, they're looking for Kabe. Kabe shows position by auto-attacking, and tries to kill Cody here. Ults backward, and then the beautiful E flash to get all the feathers to converge on top of Cody, and they get the kill. Not bad at all. 3 for 1. I think it was really nice for Kabe to pull that move here so they can get the return kill, but 100 Thieves crushing this game. What's going to happen here between Someday and Bjerg? Someday launching Bjergsen back. Bjergsen uses Redemption, runs away, but going to get chunked out. Wow, this is going to give 100 Thieves a lot of positioning priority. They have Bjergsen chunked and moved far back from mid lane, so they can just set up on mid here and push it all the way out. So on this timer, you have 100 Thieves doing blue and Herald together, so Ry0ma is going to be late to this. He's actually going all the way back to mid lane and clearing it out before even coming to Herald. So TSM able to push out the people on 100 Thieves that were doing Herald. Stunt look for a hook, doesn't connect. They're going to slowly walk into this. Herald about to reset, gets the laser damage on Kabe right there. They know Viktor's on the other side. Ooh, they're committing so much to Viktor, but Stunt got the nice ult on Bjerg before he went in. Dardoch incredibly low. They killed Viktor, but they're just too committed in their jungle, and now they don't have their cooldowns, and looks like everyone on TSM gonna die here. Ooh, not able to kill Stunt. Oh, actually able to kill him. I think that was Scorch damage, plus a little bit of the Ares. But yeah, 4 people dead for TSM, 2 people dead for 100 Thieves. Luckily, Broken Blade stayed bot the whole time, and he's able to push out and get some farm back, but yeah, that was disastrous. Now you have 100 Thieves setting up to get this mid lane right here. You can see where Stunt and Meteos are. They're above, hiding up that wall. Oh my god, beautiful flash R on Kabe, unable to react with his ult. He used the ult later on, but because he was ignited by the Nautilus and the ignite damage goes through ult, he's still gonna end up dying. Man, if you look at the front line on 100 Thieves, they're just so much stronger right now, and they have all their items complete. Sejuani with Cinderhawk and Wormmox, set with Black Cleaver and the Deadman pieces. They're just so much farther ahead. And TSM, they're just trying to buy time for Broken Blade to catch up. I think he is almost caught up. He's level 13. Let's see if he backs and gets Essence Rebirth. This can be really crucial. Why level 13 is so important for GP is his barrels actually scale with levels, how fast they tick, and level 13 is the final cutoff until they tick the fastest. Yeah, GP still doesn't have his second item complete. TSM, they're trying to buy time, let GP farm back up, but 100 Thieves getting so much done, and their front line is just so much tankier. I mean, look at Biofrost versus Stunt, for example. Stunt has Gargoyle Stoneplate, and Biofrost has Zeke's Herald, which you are supposed to build on Rakan. But yeah, that just means 100 Thieves has 3 tanky players, while TSM has like 1 and Jarvan. So the team fights are just so much harder for them. Oh, are they going to get something here? No, looks like just 100 Thieves controlling jungle, taking red. Pretty much getting to do whatever the hell they want on TSM. So I think this fight shows kind of the inexperience of Ry0ma. You can see Meteos coming up from top. He lands a beautiful ult on Kabe. And look at what Ry0ma did here. He closed the distance all the way, and he's going to get counter engaged by Biofrost. As a Viktor, you have incredibly long range and you can shoot your laser from a very far distance, and you should also expect Kabe to use ult as soon as he's coming out of stun. So all that Ry0ma wants to do here is use laser from max range and force the ult and play the fight a lot more patiently, but he just sees stun Xayah, I must go in, and yeah, he kind of botches the fight. He's going to get counter engaged on. He's going to get chunked out by the GP and the Xayah and forced to burn stopwatch right away. and then Dardoch goes in and knocks him up and finishes him. I think 100 Thieves opened the fight beautifully, but Ry0ma just got too excited and he didn't do his job, and he pretty much inted on Viktor, a champion that can potentially have incredibly long range, but yeah, you can just int your face off by diving in there too. Ooh, Someday going in, punching Kabe and getting the E. They get the kill on Kabe, a return kill on Someday though, and Dardoch also gonna die. Is Stunt gonna live? Stunt gonna die. Better trade for TSM, but yeah, this should have gone much better for 100 Thieves if Ry0ma played it properly. So you can see Meteos and Someday looking for something on Broken Blade here, but Broken Blade is relatively tanky now, and also Someday and Meteos don't have a lot of damage, so they're not going to be able to get much, but Someday knocking Bjergsen back, and Kabe actually caught in the awkward position. I think once TSM knew that Broken Blade was safe, they just don't walk in the jungle, they have zero vision there, and 100 Thieves can rotate first, and that's exactly what happened. We have Cloud Drake spawning in about 15 seconds. It's soul point for 100 Thieves, so very important dragon for both teams. The fight is starting on stun, but he's a very tanky Nautilus. Oof. I want to kind of point out what Ry0ma is doing here. He used his W on Dardoch, who went in by himself, and he also used a laser on Dardoch too. And you can see Meteos landed the ult on Bjergsen, and also you can see Stunt landed the Nautilus ult on Bjergsen. Ry0ma should be walking up while ignoring Dardoch and getting the damage on the core targets, which is Bjergsen and Kabe and Broken Blade, but he's just playing way too far back, and then he's going to make more mistakes. Just keep focusing on Ry0ma in this fight, because he was the real difference maker for TSM. That's his first laser. He lands the Q auto on Dardoch, walking away from barrels, and then lasers, misses Kabe, gets hit by the GP ult, he's chunked down to 10%. I mean, luckily, rest of 100 Thieves are playing it better, and Someday was able to bring Biofrost back with his ultimate. But yeah, Ry0ma did pretty much nothing in this fight. Both his lasers went on Dardoch, and then he didn't get his ult damage. He misses the laser there also. He could have killed Kabe. He missed 3 laser, used the ult on tank line, and kept using Q on tank line. With Viktor, it's very important to abuse your range, especially when your support and jungle are setting up for you completely. They're landing the Nautilus ult, they're landing the Sejuani ult on key targets without flash. And yeah. Oh, also Cody here, he's scooching around back and forth, trying to figure out where the teleport is coming from. That's why he randomly died to Bjergsen. So yeah, Cody dying here is actually huge too, because if Cody doesn't die, they get Air Drake and they get Cloud Soul. Just 2 really big mistakes for 100 Deep carry, and I think this is where the game starts to turn a little bit for TSM. So 100 Deeps are able to catch TSM on a recall timing here. Dardoch does get back to base, but Bio, he doesn't have any wars. He doesn't have any pink wars, he doesn't have any wars on his support items, so it's going to be really hard for TSM to check back for vision. And also because Dardoch went back to base, they don't have a smite to contest this Baron. 100 Deeps can freely take it. Just keep taking it, don't get baited into a fight. Beautiful, they have it. They're going on stun ult going on Xayah. Oh, the misfortune ult not hitting Xayah. Dardoch able to get on top of Ry0ma using stopwatch. Man, Meteos and Someday are just too tanky, and it's really hard for anyone on TSM to follow up on that engage, because Jarvan engage is really long distance when you think about it. He uses EQ and then R, so distance created, and especially the zone created because of the misfortune ult, makes it really hard for anyone on TSM to follow up with Dardoch. You can see 100 Thieves pushing on both mid and bot. They have Baron and they also have a Viktor MF, so it's incredibly easy for them. Dardoch looking for an engage, got the speed up, EQ going on Meteos, actually incredibly chunked out. Ry0ma here has to watch out. Oh my god, he got knocked up by Bio again. Every time I look at Ry0ma, he's not able to use his cooldowns or his skills properly, and he's costing his team so much in these situations. I hate to pick on a single player, but if Ry0ma plays it slightly better here, he's able to flash the engage from Bio and also do damage in return, and 100 Deep should be able to get inhibitor, but yeah, it is what it is. So we have Cloud Drake spawning in about 15 seconds. Both teams really want it. It's going to be the last Drake that spawns. Whoever gets it gets Cloud Soul. And at this point, TSM caught up so much. Broken Blade has 3 items complete, working on his second Infinity Edge. Kabe also has 3 crit items complete, and he also has Lord Dominic's complete, so he's going to be shredding through armor now. I really want Someday to be looping around and looking for a flank here. I really don't know what he's doing. Broken Blade looking for barrels. Oh my god, those barrels were so crucial. So Ry0ma walked up, and you can see he got hit by the barrel, and it takes away about half his life, and same thing for stun. and this is a really great way for TSM to start the fight. And also, because Someday isn't flanking, they can just play front to back and not really worry about Set coming up behind them and ulting either the Zoe or the Xayah into 100 deeps. I have no idea how Broken Blade was able to land this in front of so many people, but he just got moded. Now Ry0ma in a really shitty situation. Gonna get ulted, flash charm. Oh my god, Ry0ma, you're just costing your team too much. It's impossible for 100 Thieves to win the fight now. I think there really was a world where they win this fight, but the way Ry0ma played it, and also this one is more of props to Broken Blade than mistake towards Ry0ma. He just landed barrels out of nowhere. But yeah, incredibly crucial barrels, getting on top of the backline and just chunking the support completely. Because the barrels also have armor penetration built into them. So yeah, even when you have tank items, those things hurt like a motherfucker. Yeah. Just look at the barrels here. And look at Ry0ma's positioning. I think those two things are the most important. Someday just loop around, go all the way around. How the hell did he land that? Broken Blade, let's look at you. One barrel down, second one down. Oh, just boom, boom. And then Bio following up on Ry0ma. This one, it's really uncounterable because Ry0ma doesn't have flash, so yeah, he can't do much to prevent the situation other than maintaining distance. Once he was slowed, he was just completely screwed. And no one else got on top of Kabe, so he got to do damage freely to the front line. Some return damage here with Misfortune ult and the set punch. And TSM getting away while taking Cloud Drake. Well done. So both teams are trying to get priority in mid lane. Whoever gets priority is able to move into Baron side a lot easier, and that's what both teams want to play for. Ry0ma spotted out by the blue trinket. Bio trying to rush in to get him. I mean, Ry0ma had the good W placement. I'm not sure why he used R there. Also, the stopwatch was a little bit awkward. He could have delayed it a lot more. He ends up doing not much. He doesn't get damage on the back line, and 100 Deeps are down to carry him. And yeah, they can't win this fight. Not with Viktor dead like that. I think Ry0ma just had to keep walking away and use stopwatch at the last second, and also keep waiting for his cooldown on flash and cleanse. Both are almost up. Just incredibly bad timing, incredibly bad positioning from 100 Deeps there. Now TSM can either play for Baron or they can play to end. It looks like they're going for the end. This one's going to be close. Stunt 24, Ry0ma 28 seconds. Cody trying to figure out how to buy time. It's kind of troll, but one thing he can do is go to base and sell all his items and buy AP items so his E clears out the creep wave. It's more of a hindsight, and it's more of like 200 IQ, oh, what if he did this kind of thing, but something that's possible, something to think about. Cody trying his best. He can't get engaged on. He doesn't have flash here. If he gets engaged on, ooh. Able to live, Misfortune ult. Oh, and Bjergsen gets it with the last auto. You can see that 100 Thieves had an open inhibitor, so if they actually killed everyone there, they win the game. And that was the game 5. Oh man. Honestly, a very, very entertaining game, but not an incredibly high level game. There were so many mistakes from Ry0ma. My god, dude, just put time on Viktor. It seems very apparent that this guy either doesn't know how to play Viktor or got really nervous, but it seems more like he's not practiced on Viktor. The way he's using his skills and his choice of where he's positioning in teamfight seemed like he was an amateur Viktor player. But anyways, good job on 100 Thieves. You guys started out really badly in terms of the season, but you should be pretty happy with where you ended up. As for TSM, this series was incredibly disappointing. There were so many times where they had amazing leads and they would throw it away. They really need to work on how they snowball and how they approach their mid game, and also how they use Dardoch. Dardoch does so many engages that just isn't good for the team, and they need to be getting on the same page. I really think it's going to be hard for TSM no matter who they face next. They're going to face FlyQuest. Even if they win that, they have to face whoever loses between Easy and Cloud9. Yeah, they have a long way to finals if they do want to show up there. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this recap. I'll still do the skit-based and all the informational analytical pieces, but Loco recap is kind of my bread and butter content, so I want to be doing these often as possible, and I just slacked a little. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment, and I hope you guys are all doing well. And don't forget to check out my stream on twitch.tv/Locodoco. And one last thing, I'm not crazy, I'm just Loco. Bye.
Yeah, let's go. I ain't the first with the curse, with the thirst that I wanna be better, not worse, man, it hurts. I'm on this earth with my words, and I put them all together, insert, cause I wanna have worth. Working hella hard till they put me in the dirt. Gonna go far, man, listen to my words.